Miriam, thank you so much for sitting down with us, joining us to share a little bit on the profession of accountancy. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure. So tell me, how did you become an accountant?
From my first accounting lesson at school, I know this is going to sound so lame, but I knew back then already that accounting is what I love to do. And I just clicked it. I just got it. And from there, I went to go and study at the University of Stellenbosch. I did my undergraduate and my postgraduate there. Came back to Windhoek, did my articles at Deloitte, wrote my board exams, and qualified as a chartered accountant.
Amazing. And what was that journey like to qualify as a chartered accountant?
Not easy. It was not easy. It was really tough. Especially, I remember my postgraduate year, the year that I did CTA, was especially hard. And quite a few times I would be in tears calling home saying, I can't do this anymore. Someone needs to come and get me. I need to go back home. And then my mom would be like, no, you are staying. And it was a lot of hard work, a lot of tears. And at the end of the day, it was all worth it.
It was worth it?
Yeah, no, it's not an easy journey. It's tough, but it's worthwhile.
Okay, what do you love then about the profession of being an accountant, seeing as you say it was worth it?
I love the diversity that the profession gives you. There are so many career paths that you can take. The world is your oyster, basically. I just love the fact that you are not confined to a single career path. There's so many things that you can do.
Absolutely, which is something I find so fascinating about the profession of being an accountant.
Of course.
Is it's so broad and you're not at all limited.
No, you're not limited. You're not limited to a single industry. You're not even limited to a single country. You're employable everywhere in the world and across many different industries.
Fantastic. So you said it was something that just clicked for you right at the beginning. You knew this was your passion.
Yes.
Would you advise that you need to have that sense of it clicks for you to pursue a career in accounting?
Especially because it's such a tough road, I would say yes. If you have the passion to do that, it makes it more. I don't want to use the word bearable, but it makes you want to continue. It makes you want to reach that goal. It sort of drives you, even though it's really difficult and it's really tough. But that passion, and because you know where your end goal is, it drives you. It does drive you. Yes.
What would you say were the hardest parts of studying to be an accountant?
The sacrifices. You see all of your buddies going out, having a good time. Especially in that CTA, that postgraduate year, we wrote 5-hour tests every second Saturday. And so there was really not a minute of rest for you. You could literally just sort of kick off your shoes and put up your legs just the day that you wrote the test, and then the next day you'd have to start studying for the next test. So it's the sacrifice. The hardest part is the sacrifice, having to give up things that you would have normally enjoyed as a student. Yeah.
And what was the benefit in that? What did that sacrifice bring you?
Having that qualification in your hand, graduating. Wow, there's no better feeling. Really, there was no better feeling.
Would you advise others to pursue a career in accounting?
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. It's such a rewarding career. And like I said, a lot of people think that accountants are these boring, wearing a black suit sort of thing. Okay, now I'm wearing a black suit. But there's so much that you can do. There's so many places where you can be. So yeah, definitely, I would definitely advise.
What would you say is the single most important value in the profession of accounting?
I say for me, one of the most important values that I've learned is integrity. There's a lot of times people challenge your ethics or challenge your integrity, and it all just comes back to those basic fundamental principles that we are taught from your university days. Have integrity. Sometimes it comes at a cost, personal gain, but that's the biggest thing for me. The most important value is integrity.
And what does that mean to you to have integrity?
It means not being biased, using my professional judgment, applying my professional skepticism, being honest. Sometimes it's hard just be honest, and sometimes people don't like hearing the truth that much, but that's what it means to be. Just being who I am, being true to myself, and being honest.
Absolutely beautiful. And so now take us a little bit further along the journey. After you qualified, where to from there?
Okay, after I qualified, I spent 2 years at Deloitte being a manager, an audit manager. Then I thought to myself, I'm not unhappy. I love the audit profession, but I'd like to see what's out there, what else is out there for me. So I went to Bank of Namibia in their Treasury division, and I did a year there, and I quickly saw that it wasn't really for me. I still wanted to go back into audit, so I went back to Deloitte as a senior manager for about 2-3 years, and then I decided now it's time for you now to follow your passion for teaching and learning, and that's where I left Deloitte and I went to Namibia University of Science and Technology.
Fantastic. And what is it like being a lecturer?
It's different. It's different to the corporate environment, but it's so rewarding. I really have a passion for teaching and learning, and so I get up in the morning and I'm charged, and I love what I do, and so yeah, sometimes, like I said, it's not the same as corporate. It's got its own frustrations and things like that. But because the career path is so rewarding for me, I get up with a smile on my face.
Absolutely beautiful. What would your advice then, as a lecturer, be for somebody that is starting out in this profession?
It's hard work, and I am tough on my CA students. They don't like me all that much all the time because I'm really tough on them, and it's because I know I also was on that path, and I know what it's like, and that's why I'm tough on them. But persevere, work hard, sacrifice all of the niceties for the few years that you are studying, and you will reap what you sow.
Absolutely beautiful. Have you seen those kind of transformations amongst your students where people have studied this and their lives have changed because of this degree?
Yes, for sure. You see the transformation. Especially at Deloitte as a manager. You see them coming in as first-year trainees from university, and you can immediately see this person has grown from being a student or a learner and really budding into who they are and finding their feet in the profession. No, you can see it so clearly, especially in those trainees.
What would your advice be for somebody who's in the middle of their career as an accountant and is maybe questioning this career choice?
It all comes back to passion. What is the thing that drives you? What is the thing that makes you happy? Why did you choose the career path in the first place? Or why did you choose the profession in the first place? There must have been some sort of spark for you when you chose the career path. But sometimes you just need to sit down and ask yourself, why am I doing this? And what is it? What makes me happy? Yeah. So some self-inspection, if I can call it that. But go back to the drawing board and ask yourself, what is the thing that made me want to pursue this profession in the first place?
Which is some really good advice. And I'm sure with a profession that has got its difficulties as well as its rewards,
yes,
like everything in life.
Like everything in life.
I'm sure that there's many times that you'll face that where you'll say, why am I in this?
Why am I doing this? Yes, of course. I think, we all come to that crossroad. For me, that crossroad came when I became a mother. You climb the corporate ladder at all costs, and then all of a sudden there's this little person that's taking up all of your time. So you come to that point where you say, okay, now what is it that I want? What makes me happy? Yeah.
Okay, great. And in that moment, remember why you started in the first place.
Remember why you started it in the first place. Because a lot of times I have wanted to give up. I've wanted to pursue other things. But then I just remember, that excitement, thinking about, the profession and what it is that makes me happy.
What does make you happy about the profession? What do you love about it?
Like I said earlier, I think the thing that I really love about it is you can put someone from this profession in any situation, and they will, with the skills that we are taught to become a chartered accountant, sort of try and find a solution for any complex problem. So it doesn't just teach you accounting, but it teaches you a life skill of, you know, how can I find a solution for whatever is being whatever is being put to me. So I in this profession, that skill of, you know, analyzing things, looking at it from different perspectives, and then saying, okay, I think this is the best way forward. It teaches you how to get out of, you know, how to solve complex situations.
Which is fantastic skills to have in life.
Yes, of course.
Miriam, what would you say was the most important piece of business advice you ever received?
I received this advice from my ex-boss at Deloitte, Junius Mungunda. He told me, imagine every time someone gives you a task to do, just visualize that the person is giving you a sick, screaming monkey. Okay? So if you're going to say yes to everything and just, if you want to please everyone and you're going to take all of their monkeys, at the end of the day you're going to sit there with 10 screaming monkeys around you. So whenever you take something on, make sure that you have the ability, the capacity, and the capability to do it. Or if you don't have it, make sure you'll be able to delegate effectively, still be held accountable. Otherwise, don't take the monkey.
Don't do it.
Don't do
Leave
it.
the monkey.
Leave the monkey. Yeah, that's what juniors taught me.
Very good advice. And what would you say you have learned about yourself and about life through being an accountant?
I think for myself, the most important thing that I've learned is how to be resilient, how to endure through tough times, how to manage situations in your life so that you can get the best outcome. But I think resilience is the most important thing that I have learned from this profession.
Which is a fantastic skill and something that is needed in life to overcome challenges, because there always will be challenges.
There will always be challenges.
Absolutely.
Always.
What would your advice be for people that are watching and listening right now as to why they should perhaps consider a career in accounting if this is a calling for them?
If this is your calling and you are passionate about it and you are a hard-working, resilient individual, go for it. Go for it. It's not going to come overnight, but with hard work and with passion, you will get there.
And it's worth it in the end.
And it is so worth it in the end.
Beautiful. Anything else you'd like to share with us on the career path of being an accountant?
Well, I've said it 100 times now. It's not easy. It's tough, but at the end of the day, you can sit back and you can reap the fruits of your hard work.
Which is absolutely worth it.
Absolutely worth it.
Well, thank you so much for coming to inspire us about what it's like to be an accountant and also an accounting lecturer.
Yeah.
And we wish you so much success going forward as you continue to mold minds and teach them resilience.
Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.